One of the most exciting aspects of cloud computing is that it finally gives us access to the kind of customer data we need to make better decisions about crafting the right kind of solutions to meet our customers' needs. And let me try to explain to you what I mean by that. The cloud allows vendors, as well as their channel partners if properly configured, to have a direct connection to customers that never really existed before. In the past, we delivered a product, the customer installed that product and called us if there was a problem. In today's world, we're connected, the vendor is connected to the customer on a 24/7 basis. It's the vendor's responsibility to make sure that service is available on a 24/7 basis. And in the course of that, the vendor is collecting data about every keystroke in the way in which their services are being delivered. And as they accumulate that data, they have valuable insights into how the solution is working to meet the customer's needs. What's being used, what's not being used, and why. And they can inquire further about that, obviously, as well, because any good cloud vendor not only has explicit places within their application or solution in which they ask for feedback, but again, they can actually see the feedback by the way in which customers are using their data. But what's interesting also is once you become competent in looking at that data, you can continuously iterate on the form of your solution through what's referred to as agile development techniques. So we're no longer talking about the watershed approach or the waterfall approach of the past where we accumulated feedback from customers over a 12 to 18-month period and rolled out a new update or upgrade, we call them upgrades, every other year or so, which tended to disrupt our customers. Instead, we can continuously improve and enhance the application without them being affected by it in an adverse fashion. But then there's one more exciting aspect to this. As we gather this information at an aggregate level, we can begin to slice and dice that data to provide certain benchmark statistics that can actually influence the way in which customers use that app to optimize its value in their environment. So I'll give you a very simple example of this. I'm a subscriber to an email marketing program called Constant Contact. Relatively simple and very inexpensive. And I've been using it for years and I love it. And one day I get a little note from Constant Contact informing me that they now have a statistical analysis available to all users, which allows us to benchmark the response rates for our email campaigns compared to our peers. So I point and click in that little email message from Constant Contact and it takes me to a web page which has a simple matrix by industry, which indicates for the consulting companies who use their service, what percentage opens, what percentage click-throughs, and what percentage response rates other consultant firms, or the total population of consulting firms, get from their service. Now I know how my response rates compares and contrasts with my peers, and I can work to improve that. That was not possible in the past. And now that opens up a whole new level of value, and maybe even a whole new level of solutions around data as a service that can provide greater stickiness and make me feel like I'm a part of a club when I subscribe to Constant Contact, which will prevent me from thinking about moving to a different club in what's increasingly becoming a commoditized world in the cloud.